Welcome back to Manchild Outdoors. I am Nick Alfonso. Today we are welcomed with Tyler Jordan. Thank you so much for taking your time to talk to me. I met you once when you were 5. I was just telling you earlier, and now you're so much bigger than I am. That's amazing to me.
It changes quick, doesn't it?
And I've been watching you grow on TV, and I feel like I know you. And so I'm just so I love the relationship with your dad that you have.
Yeah.
And just tell me, what's the best memory you have with your father in the hunting woods or in general?
Man, that is so tough because I feel like there's so many good memories to choose from. You know, I feel like, I'll go back and keep it hunting related, but I would say, probably when I was able to take my first buck. Obviously growing up, monster bucks, T&M was a big part of my life, just like it was for a lot of people. So I feel like that first time I took my first turkey when I was 8, my first deer when I was 9, and getting to share that alongside my dad. Looking back on it now, I realize how special that moment was, sharing it with him. But I think, in the time I was like, man, I'm just part of the club. I'm like my dad. I'm part of the cool club now. I feel like it was kind of my, coming into hunting and being part of the Realtree crew, in a big way for the first time. So, if I had to just pick a couple of moments, those would probably be it. And, but we've had so many good memories together over the years and hopefully many more to come.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because it brings me back to, I remember having a Team Realtree hat.
Yeah.
And it's like you had that hat, and it wasn't just a hat. You felt like you were part of the team.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking to you guys a lot. I'd see you guys in passing because I lived in Georgia for 15 years. And every once in a while, I'd brush by someone or whatever. But I felt like I was in the group too.
Yeah. Well, I think that's kind of what is neat. I feel like that's the biggest compliment you could receive. When people say, anything about me and just how you said it. Been watching me since I was, this little. I feel like that even the stuff we do now, on YouTube and our Realtree 365 app, we're just average, ordinary guys, and people feel like they are down home, relatable. And, Michael Waddell obviously, has a lot of that, for him too. And, even though he's on the bone collector side, still does a lot for Realtree. But that's something we've tried to create. And our tagline is family, friends, and the outdoors. Family comes first in all of that. And we just feel like we are part of, one big family, and we view everybody, that way, that is a part of our brand, as part of our team.
Right, and to give them a shout out, I recently talked to David, I recently talked to Michael.
Yep.
Nicest, humblest people that you can talk to, and they're, at this with their career, and they will just take their time to talk to everybody, and that's so appreciated, especially from my perspective.
Sure, yeah, I feel like we have the best people. Besides, Dad, I've always said, we've been super blessed of just being surrounded by just good-hearted folks. That goes from Michael, David, anybody that's part of the Realtree team that's on the pro staff. I feel like we have top-notch individuals, not just first-class outdoorsmen, fishermen, but just good people overall. So.
And there's something in the water down there in Georgia, because I drank it, but I didn't get as tall as y'all. So when I do the interviews, I'm just like, what did I miss out on? Was it the cornbread? I don't think I ate enough.
It is crazy. David's tall. Michael.
Y'all are so tall.
Dad. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. I think we're all over 6 feet. It's kind of crazy.
It's funny if you go over to the channel and you watch my interviews. I'm just like. So I really appreciate your time.
Yeah.
And taking the time for me for the channel, and I appreciate everything you guys do, not just for the videos, but for the gear and the outdoors and for the everyday folk.
Well, we appreciate that a lot. Thank you for having me on here today, and we're constantly innovating, coming up with new stuff. We're releasing a new camo pattern this year. We're going to release another new camo pattern coming in July. So that'll be the first time that we've released 2 mainstay hunting patterns in the same year. So we're constantly innovating, busy, traveling too, for hunts, and living the dream, and just happy to be a part of it, and hopefully giving the consumer and everybody at home a brand to latch onto for a long time.
Okay, so I have a request.
Yeah.
So I'm old school. Now, me and my cousins, they're all deceased now. They passed away, heart disease and COVID and all that stuff, unfortunately. But we used to race to Walmart to get them Monster Bucks DVDs and see who could get them first and who could watch them first. And one thing that we just loved was the archery contest.
Yeah.
That was in them. We gotta bring that back.
Yeah, the archery contest was a big deal. I remember people would watch Monster Bucks. Obviously, a lot of good hunts on there, but that archery contest was a big deal. But
it was a big deal.
We've now have moved everything. I've been asked a few times to this show by some disappointed people. So a lot of people that loved having the DVDs. We now offer Monster Bucks for free on our Realtree 365 app. But the archery contest has been something we've talked about bringing back, even a part of maybe next year.
Yeah.
Bringing that back with Michael, T-Bone, Dad.
Right.
Right. You know, we did one a couple of years ago for 365, but it needs to be a mainstay. I agree with you.
I loved it just as much as the hunts.
Yeah.
I'll be real. I love that. Now, the goofy things.
People end up talking about that archery competition more than the hunts typically. So we need to get back to doing it.
Look, I'll go. I'll help you out. You know what I mean? I want to see.
Come on and
record. I'll just go down with the camera.
Oh shit, we have a good time. We had a good time.
Yeah.
We did the last one on our farm. I think it was maybe 2 or 3 years ago, right before COVID got bad. So we need to bring it back.
Yeah, I seen that on social. I can't remember at what level it was at. I can't. But I remember just seeing something about that.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. So it's now moved. Like people that want to pay. You know, I've had a lot of people say, "Man, I want the DVD. Are y'all selling them here at the show?" Well, now it's all free. It's all online. I know that disappoints some people that still have DVD, but it is free if you want it. So
folks still have them. I talked to somebody the other day that was talking about him and says, because I was talking to him with David, and he's like, "Man, I still got the very first on VHS."
Yeah.
I'm like, "But what do you do with it? Where do you find a working VHS?"
It's an antique.
Player? Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
And no, I met 3 people yesterday that said they collected all of them, which is so cool. I mean, people that really love those videos and look forward to them for a long time. But you know, we're still doing them. It's just a little bit of a different way now.
Well, you know, funny thing, I don't know if you know this or not, but just down the main hall down there, Whitetail Adrenaline has adrenaline machines. They have to sell their DVDs.
Yeah.
Or the DVD players, because people are like, "Oh man, I can't find a DVD player or something." I don't know, so they do adrenaline machines.
I didn't even see that. I didn't see that.
Go past there and tell them to show you. It's funny. You'll get a kick out of it.
I'm gonna go do that. Those guys do a really good job down there.
They really do. Yeah, that's just something funny I thought I'd show you, because you know everyone wants the DVDs, but they'll actually buy a DVD player just to watch your video.
So they're selling DVD players down there.
Yeah, so you could just Realtree a DVD player too, and start selling DVD players. You're getting electronics now.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for your time.
Man,
I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you coming by. Absolutely. Let's do it again.
Absolutely.
Thank you.